So they'll be calling you a radical. So did they party in Munich last night? Oh, all day yesterday. What a party they had. I'm going to be holding a funeral at the University of Nuclearism for the nuclear energy scumbags. Dirtbag. They played dirty. Oh, they play fucking dirty. But we took the high road. They took the low road. And I want to say this to anybody in Germany. I love you guys. You're the best. I mean, the activists in Munich, oh my God. So, the only Americano from the United States that showed up to the international with no money symposium with all the grassroots real activists fighting back in Vienna, you're looking at him, Kevin Blanch. So, one of the great German activists, and they're really rare, the great big with the beautiful anti-nuclear energy, the old, original anti-nuclear energy logo, umbrella with the wood handle, the whole, they gave it to me. So later that month, I got chased out of Geneva. Where's your Geneva shirt? Oh, it's right there. And they put me on, oh God, it was right out of a movie. I was so stressed out. Of course, I lost my umbrella. I was so bummed out. I got to get one of those things. They're so beautiful. So, thank you, because the nuclear energy crimes, they're really, really sad. They're going crazy, making up all kinds of shit. Just put shit on the internet. That's what they do. There's my Geneva. And guess what? My Geneva shirt. There it is. Go 11. What a celebration. I'll post the interview, and this interview is perfect. It's so spot on. He says, let's get real. All this money, I'm an old economist. Well, I taught the environmental economics at the #1 school of business in the country, which now has the FBI in arresting people for selling state secrets to China. Look it up. Weber State, the pieces of shit. How do you go from #1 to that? Go ask Warren Buffett and Bill Childs and the other scum that sold the state down the river. He says, just what I said in my class for years, it's called opportunity cost, kiddies. The money that has been sucked out by the nuclear energy crime syndicate for all these years, if it could have been put towards real solutions, look where we'd be. But that's their point. I mean, think about just the fact of building nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire. What, you didn't think, and they didn't think, oh, they knew inevitably there would be a tsunami and earthquake. Fukushima, TikTok, Diablo Canyon Clock, my crowning jewel, and I'll tell you what, and I don't think people get this, and I want to tell you about this. Where's it at? Uh-oh. There it is. God, don't lose that. So, my grandfather, Abraham Hunsaker IV, the white sand pits in Brigham City. When he died, they all got together. You know, Mr. Whitaker, Jack Parsons. They made him that. My grandmother, Ella Potter Hunsaker, the genius that she was, gave it to me. So I always wear it. A special occasion. Jack died and we weren't able to go to his funeral because of COVID. So, I'm in Vienna. Pravad, who made the documentary Nuclear Lies, I'm staying with, who's a genius, by the way. I'm staying at his house. I have the Blanch box. You know how much fight that was have? I'll be back in Vienna at the Blanch box soon. These Los Alamos scumbags. All roads lead to Vienna. All roads lead to Ogden, Utah. So she requested the meeting. The greatest anti-nuclear activist in the history of Europe, bar none, Frieda Meisenblau. So we went over there on a Sunday morning. Well, I think it was a Sunday. Anyways, the 200th anniversary of Waterloo to the day. And her beautiful apartment, she had everything set up perfectly and she was ready. She told Pravad she was worried about her English. So I come in. She said, sit down. She had my spot. Me and my grandmother, she'd call me up, I need to talk to you, and come up, and she'd have the table set perfectly, have this, this, and this, and they knew what you liked. There it was. She had those beautiful Austrian Danishes. Oh my God. Austrian pastries. There's nothing better, right? Sitting there in the beautiful Austrian old porcelain teacups, old porcelain. She grilled me in perfectly good English for hours. Provide, when we left, was like, oh my God. I mean, she just grilled me. Kevin Blanch, was full of cancer. She didn't tell anybody. That's why you're the tip of this spear. Don't you dare drop it. I know your story. I know your father's path. You're it. They're going to go after you like an unbelievable wolf. She says, I've been in the United States. I drove all the way across the United States when I was young. I've been over there in those half Nuggers. She named them off by name. Busby, well, he's not U.S. Oh, she really went off on Gundershield. Helen, she just ripped him. They're half Nuggers. She says, I want to ask you one question, Kevin Blanch. How much nuclear energy, electricity, does a nuclear energy reactor produce? I says, negative. I says, there's so much spent fuel built up on site that they have to keep the spent fuel pools cold, so they have to use external power sources to keep them cool. They produce negatives, just a big cash cow ripoff for the military industrialized war pigs. Oh boy, I knew you'd know. You're it. She passed away. I announced it to the world in a snowstorm here. When she passed away, I got word from Provide. So I'll be having a funeral at the University of Nuclearism today, and not a funeral for a friend. I cannot say enough about the activists in Germany, and I know them all. I've dealt with them for years, and they're the best, man. They are the best. Send Belgium. Oh, what's the elephant in the room? What's that empty roll? What? Oh, yeah. The Belgian elephant. The German. Nuclear waste all over our place. Opportunity costs, what these monsters have done to you, and they've indoctrinated you. I remember when the right, the Republican Party, when Alex Jones, our Lord and Savior, and this is important I talk about this. Alex Jones, Jeff Rense, all of them. The whole internet that jumped all over Fukushima. I look back on it. For all the wrong reasons. They were profiteers, war profiteers. So I'm doing all the tide pool work. I'm dying of leukemia. Just the fact that I went into the bone marrow transplant center on 11/11/11. I was talking to another biologist from Philly at the university who's moved here. What a genius this woman is, Jessica. And just the fact that they take these pieces of real estate out of the equation. Don't want to live like a nuclear energy refugee. Damn their nuclear torpedoes. Fukushima, Japan, Chernobyl. Should have been 3 Mile Island. You know, Santa Susana. I mean, so here's Alex Jones and Jeff Ransom thing. They know I'm dying. They know I'm in critical condition. They know I'm full of cancer, and I'm on death's doorstep. Go talk to my doctors about it. I'm still suffering. I've had open heart surgery twice. I'm having problems with what teeth I have left, but they don't want to pull them because I just had open heart surgery. So it's a war. It won't end with me. I mean, never free, never me. Because I did the unforgiven. I took on the nuclear energy crime syndicate at the #1 school of business in the country, who is the nuclear energy crime syndicate. I was in the belly of the beast. I've been the whole time. They're using my tide pool videos. I mean, that is such incredible historic work. I'm walking the coast of California dying. I'm screaming. The tide pools are wiped out. Everybody's laughing at me. Ha, ha, ha. I remember this woman called me. She says, I'm a high school biology teacher. My husband's a university biology, marine biology professor. We thought you were crazy. Then we started to realize your tactics and your ways. So we spent the summer And we retraced your steps on your walk and went right back to the same tide pools you went. We're going to prove you wrong. I owe you the biggest apology in the world. You weren't wrong. I can't believe it because we were just there in 2010. You're right. They're wiped out. I'm so sorry. The only person that said they're sorry to me, the only one. The rest of the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate and their dumb sheep have doubled down, tripled down. So here's Alex Jones and Jeff Rentz putting my videos on their websites of the dead tide pools, which are historic at historic low tide. You know how hard that was. I have no money. They know it. Right below my videos, they have links to buy survival. And they've marked up the survival stuff from Patriot here in Utah. Water filters, supplements, and they've marked them up thousands of %. Then the trial comes out on Psycho, Alex Jones, and the due diligence is done. In the era that he was doing this, Fukushima, he didn't make millions, he made tens of millions. Tens of millions off this, said Dynamic. And I will swear to this, you know. Now, which hand do you put your hand on the Bible in the courtrooms? They never sent me 5 cents. Never sent me a dime. Alex Jones was called on air twice. You can look it up. I've seen him. Kurt in L.A. had him. He says, you seen this? No. He played it. Call-in show live on Alex Jones. How come you refuse to have Kevin Blanch, the world's foremost expert activist on anti-nuclear energy and Fukushima, on your show? Why don't you have him on your show? Well, Kevin Blanch is an activist and blah, blah, blah. What? That's what he said in court. Of course, he said he was mentally ill in court also. He says a lot of things. He's a war profiteer. He makes a lot of money. I thought they were anti-nukers. 3 months later, someone else calls in, different person, mutually exclusive, don't even says the exact same thing. How come you don't have Kevin Blanch on your show? Well, yeah, of course he knows, because I'm an outie. I mean, the profiteering, the people that were mixing and making videos, I look back on it, all the wrong reasons. Not me. I've been in this my whole life. So, a funeral for not a friend. The opportunity cost that they stole, the opportunity cost that they've taken a while from real answers, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, that's all we ever needed. And the money they suck a day, that's all it is. It's about greed, wealth, and power. And anybody that falls for it is a fool. Nuclear waste all over our place. The centrifuge price standing on the state line, turning nuclear uranium-238. That's not what they use, natural from the earth. They use uranium-235. The centrifuge process to drag it out, and it creates free radicals. Remember free radicals versus... I remember they sent me stuff in the mail when I'm in critical condition, dying at the bone. The Free Radical Clan artists. Now, what the fuck is this? A free radical. And now think about it. Free radicals versus post-ignorance. Think about this. And they tried to jump on my back. I want you to think about this. You do know what a free radical is. When the atoms collide together and they create all kinds of stuff, which you know I've named Futonium! F-U. Including plutonium, californium, livermorium, all these heavy metals. And this ain't Metallica, buddy. Or is it Metallica? This is a whole new brand of Metallica. Rip me open, pour me out. There's things inside the screaming shit. Never free, never me. I did the unforgiven. What else is a free radical? It's a cancer cell. And you know I was plumb full of them. I had AML de novo, which is unsurvivable. You know, I was given 2 months to live. And I went into the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. So we'll be having a funeral. Boy, did they party in Munich last night. And I'll post the link. Every word he said is so spot on. They're so good over there. Of course, then there's Austria. They're a whole nother level of intelligent anti-nuclears. Frida Meisenblau used to go into the elementary schools and she wouldn't propaganda then teach them a fairy tale like, SMRs are good, yay, I'm Governor Cox with Bill Gates. She didn't teach them fairy tales. She used to simply say it like this. She used to go around to the farmers and whatever and say, hey, if you were producing cheese or butter or any product, anything, and your byproduct, your manure, your waste, you had nowhere to put it, and it was radioactive for millions of years, would you stay in that business? No. Here, they milk their cows 4 times a day right behind my house, drain off the fucking marsh. They own 100 fucking acres, less than 100. They've actually acquired hundreds of millions of dollars of welfare, and they've called themselves free market fairy tales. This is the shamockery of pork in this country. Big agriculture has destroyed this country. Everybody says, oh, we're going to have food famine. We're going to have food famine. The fear porn freaks. We overproduce food so grotesquely in this country. It's unbelievable. You know how much dairy we dump down the freaking drain? We have floors. We don't let the free market set the price of dairy, do we? That industry would be gone. It's just big ag. The Department of Agriculture is disturbing and disgusting. They're poison factories. They're DOE, Department of Energy, the unlimited, and then we have Price Anderson. While you were off went off to Afghanistan to kill, when you were off in Iraq getting a big old sack for Dick Cheney in 2005, droning to death millions of people that did nothing to us in the United States in the name of Jesus, American manufacturer Jesus. They repassed up Price Anderson for 20 more years in 2005. There was only one person in D.C. really fighting him. You're looking at him at the peace vigil. I was there. And right at the Congress. Been there lots of times. Done a lot of work there. Historic work. Funeral for not a friend. I don't think anybody has a clue in the United States of usury because it's all poison dogma in your brain. It's red pill, blue pill. They're all divided up. They think it's a football game. They don't think anything through. This is one of the most historic moments in world history, I'm here to tell you. The nuclear energy crime scene. It's like when we shut down San Onofre. I don't think people have a clue. I was with Kathy Iwani, and I was so sick. I was so full of cancer. They had me in handcuffs while I'm full of cancer for no reason. I was due to speak. That's what they used to do to me. And stalk me. I mean, I ask people to go to these hearings, watch these fucking, these hired hands stalk me. They gang stalk me. It's unbelievable. Go ask Finnegan out at Indian Point. Go ask fucking Peter at fucking St. Onofre. Go ask fucking Lisa at fucking Diablo. Go ask any of them what they do to me. I mean, one activist, 15 freaking white shirts, hired hands with guns on me? Why? Why? You that afraid of me? Why? I don't believe in violence. You do. The nuclear energy crime. They took the low road. We took the high road. I've always taken the high road. We win and win. We win and win. They have all the money for we are few and they are many. There are no clans. Well, yes, there is. Thank you in Germany. So I'll be having a funeral today for the nuclear energy scum. The opportunity cost that they've robbed from the real solutions is obscene. And just say, Gavin, he wants to bail out Diablo Canyon. Here's the thing. These politicians all think they have to bow to the nuclear energy crime syndicate because they know they have all the money. You're fools. Go sell your Bethlehem steel stock and get on your fucking covered wagon and worship your shiny yellow rocks out of the Queen's Hole. So, funeral today. Long video. I didn't intend it to be, but still doing a lot of suffering because of my jaw. But I'll get there. I mean, king of pain, never free. Take on the nuclear energy. I got a ride. Nuclear Lies in Bath, Austria. The head of Greenpeace, who I tried to tell her. So they called me up to the stage. They're doing a thing for Nuclear Lies for Provide. Had a basket with champagne and fruit and organic cheese. They called me up to the stage and they says, this is the anti-nuclear activist, Kevin Blanch. He's fighting leukemia. Standing ovation in that incredible old theater. I remember those red velvet curtains. I mean, it was one of the highlights of my life. They gave me the basket. Say a few words. I talked Fukushima. They roared just cheered. I walked, I got to hold the paper crane at the Enola Gay hangar. I mean, all these incredible I told Kathy Iwani at the hearing after they took me out of the handcuffs after, I says, they're done. The Nuclear Energy Crime said, they're not going to close. I said, they're going to close San Onofre. No, they're fake workers. And everybody's like, Gene Stone, everybody. Hedrick, no, Blanch, you're crazy. Blah, 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 blah. No, how do you know? My intuitive mind, my light just spread over. It was just like an angel came over through my body. You know, and I'm like, they're done. They're going to shut down. I announced it to the world. Cubs win, Cubs win. The Green Party in Germany is real green. Greenpeace in Germany is real green. So the only time I've been in a car, because I won't ride in cars, I take the train over there. She gave me a ride home to Vienna. And we talked. And I tried to explain to her for years that the Greenpeace in the United States is sold out. And they're pro-nuclear energy. She couldn't believe it. She came over here. And went back, and then I met her again in Vienna. She said, oh my God, how are you to apologize, Kevin? You were so right. They're pathetic. I says, yeah, I tried telling you that. So, the Green Party and Greenpeace in Germany and Austria, Denmark, Spain, Italy. Let me tell you a story about Italy. I love them. You know, my daughter lives there. My beautiful, incredible, new little grandchild I have is dual citizenship, Italiano. I love Italy. So the Nuclear Energy Crime Center, there are 5 reactors. Mike Lee gets caught trying to bring in the nuclear waste heater and energy solutions, which they're bringing all of it. Governor Cox just got caught bringing in nuclear waste from Europe to southern Utah. And then the mill says, we're going to bring it in from Japan. And the Utah sheep, you know, they just go along. They have me. That's all they have. And they don't like Blanch because he says, fuck, they're going to tell mommy. They'll go along and just get on the boxcar, take the shower. Not me. Not me. Never free, never me. I did the Unforgiven. I said Fukushima. It's unbelievable what they're doing to our state here. This is the nuclear radiated place. The waste. Greenpeace sold us down the river. Bruce Springsteen, remember? The river? Remember he was an anti-nuclear? I hitchhiked all the way across the country in 79 when 3 Mile Island happened. That's when I first got involved heavily with the Peace Vigil with Thomas. And it was anti-nuclear energy. I went to the concert in New York City. I had to take one to see him. I still have my staff shirt I had to get. Whoa, what a story that is. Remember he was anti-nuclear? Now he's going to save the homeless in San Diego. I'm adding another day. Now he exploited the anti-nuclear movement, which they all did. Now he's doing it. The homeless in we're going to add a date in San Diego because of the homeless. Taking pictures, posting them on the thing. The tickets are $3,000. Upwards, it's close to it. Never free, never me. So I'll be having a funeral at the University of Nuclearism today. So thank you in Germany. I can't say how much I love you and how much you mean to the world. In Italy, the Nuclear Energy Crime Center, Westinghouse, who bankrupted Toshiba, who's right behind my house, they put guns in my face when I protested their zirconium. I remember a guy pulled over that I know right over here. I was walking. He kind of swerved at me like he was going to hit me. I said, what are you trying to do, Silkwood? Blanch, you're fucked up. Westinghouse up. Yeah, I said, yes, Westinghouse is bankrupt. You fucking fool. Oh, nuclear's shut the fuck up. Don't fuck with me. Your fucking zirconium rods. Stick them up your... I'm not afraid of them. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil. So they roll back into Italy. They're there. They're going to restart up the 5 reactors. The mob in Italy, you do know, runs the show. And believe me, I've been there enough. And they'll say the only thing worse than the mob is politicians. You can look it up. The mob dragged the Westinghouse and the nuclear energy gangsters, the untouchables here in the United States, they drug them out of the house and they kneecapped one of them. That's a true story. In 25, look it up. This is get the fuck out. We will give you fucking 24 hours. All of you get the fuck out. Oh, they got the fuck out. They put it to the vote in Italy. Should we start up the nuclear reactors? Guess what the vote was? Now, any vote on the face of the earth. That is impossible. 5% said yes. 95 said no. Thank you in Italy. Thank you in Spain. Thank you in Denmark. Thank you in Austria. Thank you in Germany. The activists in Munich. Thank you in Belgium. They fight back. Thank you in South Korea. Thank you in Taiwan. Thank you in China to the activists. You should see them there. They just get in the streets and say, the biggest anti-nuclear movement here post-Fukushima row were mine. And maybe 100 people at Washington Square. That's okay. For the tiny few, right? We changed the world. We've kicked over the domino in the United States. Renaissance. There's no fucking Renaissance. I spent so much time in Florence, Italy, talk about the Renaissance artists, and they're all that. Florence is the fucking greatest. That city is incredible. And Michelangelo was the greatest. I got to see the Leopata, the second one that he handshakes. He says, I learned there is no perfect 10. There is no perfect. They kicked it over, broke the arm off. He had to hide for all those fucking years. They were trying to kill him. The great actors, his own friends, the panty painters, paint over just like they did me. They befriend him, then betray him. Okay. Free radicals? What the fuck? He didn't lay on his back. All his paintings are painted over. The Renaissance? Oh, there's a Renaissance. I'll tell you what. Kevin Blanch. Talk about come out of the fucking ashes of the fucking depths of hell. 2 open heart surgeries, fucking AML leukemia, fucking... Oh, there's a Renaissance in the anti-nuclear fucking energy activists. But people like in Germany and myself, we never left. We never left. So, I'll be having a funeral at the university today for the nuclear energy scum. We kicked that domino over saying never. I told Kathy it's over. You know, by the way, she was into me. If you don't believe me, Kevin Blanch was so marquee, you go talk to Kathy. She lived in Japan. You go talk to Rachel Godoya. You know, Kathy, Gene Hedrick, Gary Hedrick, Gene Stone, Myla Reason, Ace Kaufman. We've been at it our whole lives. It's Sin Enough Free. You know, here in Utah, I've been at it my whole life. You know, it's a long, ugly fight. I didn't intend this video to be this long, but sehr gut. Sehr gut. You're the greatest. I mean, by the way, I'll give you a secret. Remember me standing on the table with the giant beer on my head on 1 foot at Oktoberfest? The best Oktoberfest I ever been to, and I've been to quite a few in Blanch, Italy, in the Alps. Oh, yeah. And by the way, beer in Italy is cheaper than water, and it's so good. Florence, the girls are dressed to the nines, smoking cigarettes, eating cheese out of the bottle. The most beautiful people you've ever seen. Oh, my God. The best Oktoberfest. I stood there with that big beer on my hand. Hey, oh, it's in. We win in Vin. We win in Vin as I walk over the Danube, going to work through that ancient, beautiful, incredible fucking city. I walk right through Stefan Graz, over the Danube, to the UN, to the Blanch box. How spiritual. In the inner circle. Walk right through the museum to the little 800-year-old apartment I stay at. Wow. Wow. I was walking over the bridge. I get the call from an activist I just met. Vin. We went in Vin. Fighting at the IEA when the advocates saved me from the UN police who had me cuffed. I'm the guy that decided where UN property in Austria. I'm the guy that finished that fight. The Blanch box. I get the call that Igor had died in a car wreck near Budapest. Who's he? The guy that risked his whole life. They will kill us and went in and took the photographs at Chernobyl. One guy. It's like all the activists take credit, but it was really her with the camera who videoed him killing Mr. Floyd. She's the brave one. For the YouTube video is mightier than the sword. They take the low road. I take the high road. Us activists, we win in Vin. We win in Vin. We win in Vin. We win in Italy. We win in Spain. We win in Denmark. We win in South Korea. We win in Taiwan. We're winning in China. We're winning in the U.S. You just don't know it. San Onofre, Cahoon, Duane Arnold, 3 Mile Island, Indian Point, Palisades, all of them been kicked down post-Fukushima. Renaissance? You want to look at a Renaissance, you go to fucking Vienna. Or excuse me, you go to Florence and look at the old paintings. That's 500 years ago right now. Your fucking Renaissance. If that's a Renaissance, I'm a rainbow-striped unicorn SMR small nuclear reactor modular. Stand tuned, and I love you in Germany. You're the greatest. What a great party they had last night. Yesterday. I wish I was there. I'll be there. I'll be back in Vin. I'll be back in Vin. In Vin we win. Stand tuned.